Hey guys, what's up? It's Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com, and let us get you cleared to enter the USA. Today is February 21st, 2025, here at the Surrey office. It's cloudy outside, but I'm going over to Vancouver Island today for the weekend, meet some friends and hang out party like I often do. But I thought I'd do a quick video to talk to you guys about something that's extremely important. And in all honesty, guys, I get the ideas for these to do these videos based upon, the questions I hear from you guys or when people call us, etc. So you guys have some interesting questions. And one of the things before I get into that is we might stop just giving out a lot of free info. Not I don't mean on this video, but I mean on these phone calls. We're getting too many people calling asking about their border files or their cases or whatever, and they didn't even hire us. They've hired a discount waiver company or someone else, and they've gotten scammed or screwed off or their files denied. And yeah, we know how to fix it. We know how to fix it in the beginning and also in the end. But I'm thinking, so you know what? We'll stop being so forthcoming like that because some of you guys need to start appreciating what we do and appreciating our level of knowledge and experience. And uh, some of you Ontarians have cheaped out, and this is the end result. So we're going to stop doing that. And I may just start telling those people, say, well, you got to talk to your waiver provider and see what they say. Because I'm getting tired of that, guys. I mean, that happened like 5 times yesterday. And in fact, throughout this week, there was like a total of maybe 12. So it's just ridiculous. Um, you guys got to spend the money for quality, but you're not getting free info like that. So the only free info you're going to get is from these videos. But anyway, move on from that. The title of today's video is going to be Crossing the Border with a Pending Criminal Trial. What you need to know. In all honesty, guys, I'm just gobsmacked that you guys even crossed this border, U.S. border, while you got a criminal trial pending here. Now, mind you, if you got a trial pending for something like DUI or impaired driving, I mean, that's fine. That's one thing. But if you're crossing the border, you got a trial pending for, let's say, sex assault or PPT, which is, drug trafficking. What are you guys thinking? Why are you crossing that border knowing you got this stuff pending? Now, some people have said to me, they said, well, Ken, my lawyer said I can still cross. That's BS. Even if he did say that, that's BS. Because here's what happens. What you guys don't seem to get is when you cross that U.S. border and you got a criminal trial pending, and this is coming from the regulations and my experience as a former federal officer and also former law enforcement officer that was stationed in Washington State. So I know this stuff firsthand. This stuff is all in the manuals. When you cross that border and you got a criminal trial pending, say here in Surrey for PPT, guys, when he looks at the computer, he's going to see the PPT charges pending. Some of you guys need to learn the difference between what's a charge and a conviction, because some of you guys seem like you don't know that either. But anyway, if he sees the charge pending, knowing you have not gotten convicted yet, there's a good chance he's going to say to you, oh, well, what happened? Guys, the minute you start saying, well, yeah, I was rolling down King George Boulevard, I got stopped by 108th, my hood, and they searched the trunk and found 4 keys in it. And I said, and then the officer's going to say, or if I'm the officer, I'm going to say, oh, okay. Well, what's going to be the end result of the trial? I don't know. My lawyer thinks he can beat it. Oh, why do you think why can he beat it? And then if he said, well, if or the suspect says, or the client says to the officer, oh, well, they did an illegal search. I said, okay, well, good luck. I'm going to document that in the computer. So it goes to court here in Surrey and gets dropped. Guess what, guys? You already opened your mouth when you crossed over the border and spoke to the officer and told him there were 4 keys in the trunk. So even though it's dropped here in Canada, it's dismissed. You are still inadmissible because you opened up your mouth. Why? According to the immigration code, it reads right here, criminal and related grounds, conviction of certain crimes in general, and I'm going to skim it. Any alien convicted of, number one, in this case, the guy is not convicted. Number two, or who admits having committed, they got them right there, or who admits committing acts which constitute the essential elements of a crime involving moral turpitude, or violation, conspiracy, any law or regulation of a state, the United States, or a foreign country relating to a controlled substance, which is the powder or the pies, is inadmissible. There you go, guys. I mean, it's like grade 5 English. You cross the border, and he sees the uh, crime or the trial is still going on, it's still pending, and you start elaborating on the details of the offense, even though you're not convicted, you just screwed yourself. And we get that all the time here. I don't understand why you guys just can't wait until the trial is over before you even try crossing that border. Wait until the trial's over. If it's a dismissal, that's great. Come to us. We'll educate you on stuff like this and other things, other ways they can kind of get you that's besides this that I won't go into this video because we don't give away everything for free. Then you're likely going to have better protection and you're not going to need this waiver. Because guys, the thing is, right now the government fee for these waivers is 1,100 US for the criminal ones. For the deportation ones, that one is 1175. So if you run off at the mouth and you just admitted to the elements of the PPT that I just mentioned, you are inadmissible for the rest of your life. And remember, these waivers are only good for, let's say, 6 months to 5 years. Generally, it's 1 to 5 years, but there have been cases where people have gotten waivers for 6 months only. And a lot of times that's PPT, first one. Not always, but a lot of times or sometimes. But irregardless, even if you get a 1 year waiver the first time for PPT, you got to do that waiver application for the rest of your life. It's not just this one piece of paper like this. If you want it done right, it's going to be fairly thick. And I won't go into the details about that, only because the fact that that's the number one thing we get to clear over here in British Columbia, actually in all of Canada. I have to admit, we are the experts at clearing the complex and the serious crimes, especially PPT. That's right up there at the top. Because these other places don't know how to properly clear these PPTs for the most part. They don't have access to the DHS regs, the regulations. They don't have a background in law enforcement. They've never wore a uniform, badge and gun. So, and I've even attended law school myself. So, guys, just think about it. Please use some common sense. If you got a trial pending, especially for PPT or sex assault, same thing with sex assault. You cross the border, you have a sex assault case pending, and you start elaborating on the details of it, you guys are screwed. You're going to need that waiver even when it's dropped, because they go by whatever relevant convictions you have, whatever you voluntarily admit to. So if you voluntarily admit to committing the actual act, you're going to talk yourself into being inadmissible. And that doesn't go away. It follows you for life. Now, regarding the green card one, I'm sorry, regarding the PPT one, let's just say you get diarrhea of the mouth. Now you need the waiver. Great. That's fine. 5 years down the road, you meet a girl, let's say in Seattle, and you decide to get married. It's going to be hard for her to get you a green card because you have a PPT offense, because you voluntarily told these officers, details. So there's ways to protect yourself from that. I'm not going to go in those ways on this show. If you guys want to know about those ways, whatever, you can always come to the Surrey office or give me a show at 604-562-8140, or check out the website, www.usentry-waiverservices.com. It's going to be redone. Actually, it should be redone today. So we got that going. We got the YouTube channel going. We got the other social media stuff going. So we now have, or soon to be, have 7 global locations. We got to get this one in Ontario open. So that one, the only issue I'm having is finding a good person out there to staff it. So we got the other locations. We got the London, England. We got the BC, Alberta. We're going to skip Saskatchewan because out there, a lot of those people, they don't have hardly any money. Quebec, kind of the same thing. Ontario, it's only certain areas where they have the money. But like the city of Toronto, a lot of those people are broke. They don't have the money either, for the most part. So I get that all the time when the Toronto clients call and they hear the prices, they have sticker shock. And I said, well, look, do you want the thing cleared properly or not? Just because Joe Smith there claimed to do it for $400 and they get scammed, they wonder why they got scammed. So, but there's a certain part of Ontario where this is not an issue, and those guys often fly out here. We take them down to the border as part of the process. So they get an SUV ride down or a limo, either or, depending upon really who they are. But it's only a certain part of Ontario where we do that for the Ontarians. Because those people don't really care about the prices. They just want to get cleared. So that's where we're going to open up the location in that area only. And possibly Niagara, but Niagara and that other location. City of Toronto, for that location, we actually make more money in turning around denials and stuff like that because those people there, they have a habit of cheaping out. They get ripped off and scammed. Then they contact us. And if we were to charge, let's say normally, if it's something less complex, let's say 2,800, then we got to charge them 4,500 to undo all the damage that the discount waiver company did. Now, we don't mind that, but it just costs you guys more money in this economy. And this waiver fee, like I said, it's $1,100 US. It's like they're going to go up even higher by 2027. You guys got to start exercising some good common sense. You got to start using your head for a lot of this stuff. So I'm here for you guys. We're always here for you. But I mean, guys, some of the stuff you got to do yourselves. So we do 95% of it, mind you. But some of the stuff, guys, you got to start, using your brains. So anyway, you've been warned. So when you cross that border and you've seen this video and you still elaborate on your offense with trials pending and you're inadmissible, the only person to blame, guys, in all honesty, is the person looking back in the mirror because you guys have been informed/warned. So now you're armed. So do what you got to do. But if you fall into that trap, it's your fault. Hate to tell you. Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentry-waiver-services.com. And that's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. And guys, I always have to keep it real because the thing is, it does you guys a disservice for me not to be real. I'm naturally a real person anyway. So I have to keep it real, be straight up with you guys. The discount waiver companies won't do this. They're going to tell you guys what you want to hear. Like the guy who called yesterday, the waiver company told him he get his waiver in 3 months. He applied September 2024. This is, like I said, February 21st, 2025. The thing is still pending. So he's asking me about that. I said, well, sir, they lied to you. You're not going to get this in 3 months. And he has to enter the U.S. by, I think he said May something. He's likely not going to make it. He's not going to make May. And it's really it's an important business trip. It's kind of his fault, though, for choosing that discount waiver company. We keep warning you guys. But anyway, Ken Scott, give us a shout. We'll take care of you. 604-562-8140. Sorry. Still early in the morning for me. All right, guys. Live long and prosper.